How's it going, everyone? It's time once again for a weekly watch list. This is basically the top setups I'm watching for the upcoming week and how I'm going to trade them. So let's just get right into it. I do not want to waste your time. First up, ticker NQ. You can trade NQ, MNQ, or QQQ options based off these levels. Let's start with this trend. We have formed another hourly trend. I love trading these. Ideally, we could possibly catch a bounce. And this may be a place for options. I'll show you more on the QQQ chart as far as trading this trend line bounce. We could possibly look for a nice candle to enter on like this. You see how we got the 50% retracement for a possible call entry. But to me, looking at this, we've kind of bounced. Bounced it a couple of times now. If we lose it, if we lose this level, I want to see us come back up and retest and watch for a short entry. Wait on confirmation. Sometimes it will reclaim it and just continue on. But if it's still respecting this, you'll see a clear sign of a reversal for possible put entry. The closest supply we have is right here. Top of the zone 2341, bottom 2283. Could be a possible reject. But looking at this, I'm more interested if we break above and come back and retest for a long entry. I like the retest entries if you can't tell. As far as rejects, above that, the next hourly supply I have is going to start around that 2500. Top of the zone will be right here at 2540. We're going to watch that for confirmation as well. Keep in mind, I will be trading live quite a bit this week, so tap in for that. And update, I'm working on a couple videos, so here's some delays I've had. I apologize. They will be out very soon. One of them is me taking a $5,000 account last week, going for 100% win rate. I think I made $2,700 just trading 10 MNQ per trade. I was really focused on building my discipline back and my execution and helping you all as well. And the other video I'm working on, of course, is an updated Grizzology video. I recorded a video once, didn't get any of the audio with it. Then the next time the video was just, horrible. So that's how my content has been going the last week. So get that out as soon as possible. Up next, ticker ES. Not a whole lot on ES here. I have two zones I'm interested in watching for possible short entries or, break above and retest this one for a possible long entry. Not crazy about them though. I prefer trading MNQ or NQ as opposed to ES. Unless it's just, the perfect setup, then I will give it a try. So we have current supply here. Bottom of the zone 5732. Top of the zone 5741. Top of the zone here is 5780. Bottom of the zone is right at 5770. Watching this for a reject. Possible reject area. We can watch it for that. If it confirms, I will give it a go. But ideally, I want to break above and get that next push up to this. I'm not for sure when we'll see this. From just looking at the price action, I wouldn't be surprised if we broke below that trend line this coming week that I was talking about earlier. That being said, I only trade my levels and zones. I really don't know what's going to happen in the market. I just, trade supply and demand. And lately, I've been trading the orb, which is on Grizzology if you want to check that out. Just make sure you turn on the retest setting. I'll show you. Right here, I like this retest. You can turn it to breakout where it confirms a retest. I prefer the retest there. All right, everyone. Let's talk about this trend line on SPY. I wanted to go in more detail about it. And I actually found an example here to show you all. This is basically what I'm looking for. It doesn't always retest immediately. You can see we even came way back up here and retest. It's not the best example I've seen, but, because that candle's so massive. But if we could catch a nice reversal at this trend line on the hourly with some possible SPX, buy puts, whatever you want to trade here, looks good to me. Same thing, if we lose this, break below, come back up, retest for a possible short entry. May not be the fastest day trade, or it could be, possibly a swing trade. We'll just have to play it, once we see price action form there, we'll take the next steps. QQQ, we have the trend line drawn here, same concept. We could take the possible bounce or break below retest for shorts or puts. In this zone, this is current supply, but I'm looking more for, like I said, the rejects possible, but I'm looking for the break above retest, looking for my long entry once we get the nice confirmation candle for my call entry. And that is it for the watch list. Pretty straightforward. There's some opportunity this week. There's some potential, especially if we can catch that trend line entry or the break of this zone and the retest entry. Probably my two favorite setups on the week. And keep in mind, every morning on Instagram, I go live at around 8 a.m. Eastern time. We update our zones or levels, we get our game plan ready, and sometimes we catch a trade. So be sure you're tuning in for that. You don't want to be a lazy trader. Join us. We talk about it. People drop their comment, drop what they're watching. I kind of give my feedback on that. Just a good environment. You all are welcome to join as long as you don't like trolling. We just block and move on. We don't deal with that. And one last thing before we go, if you want to try a funded account company, check out Take Profit Trader. I'll leave a link in the description. Use code Grizzly. You can have up to 5 accounts linked together. Once you pass the evals, there's no activation fee on the funded accounts, so you only pay for the evals. And once you reach the funded stage, you can achieve a payout in day one if you meet the requirements. So that's pretty cool. They have a great platform. Check them out. And hopefully I'll see you all live this week trading. Peace.